People ask the question, what's a rock and roller? And I tell them, it's not about drums, drugs and hospital trips. Oh no, there's more there than that, my friend. We all like a bit of the good life. Some the money, some the drugs, the glamour or the fame. But a rock and roller, oh, he's different. Why? Because a real rock and roller wants the fucking lot.
I'm a computer. Stop all the downloading.
What's up, everybody? And welcome back to another YoJoeJerk toy review. I'm your host, Detective John Kimball. And today we'll be looking at the G.I. Joe Classified Mutt and Junkyard. Alright, let's take a look at this box. And holy fucking shit, we're back to window boxes. I can actually take a look at the figure that I'm purchasing and not get a fucking swap out. Here in the window box, we see our figure and all included accessories. Got a nice little portrait down here. On this side of the package, we just get the artwork continued. 113. On this side of the box, we get the usual artwork number, QR code, and battle stats that I can actually fucking read. What did you do, Hasbro? You ruined my shtick! On the back of the package, we get this nice little render and photography thing. Looks like they're playing fetch. Mustache action. Po-po badge. Oh, that's a good boy. Battle stats, legal shit. On the bottom of the box, we got legal mush and your barcode. Alright, let's get this figure open. Trusty Excalibur is always by my side. Cut! There's no popping this bitch. We gotta pull the flap and pull out game activated. And this is what we get. We get this nice little blue cardboard with our figure in here. Pretty dope. We'll toss that out of the way. And yeah, this is pretty cool. I think with the old school layout, we're not gonna get bent weapons anymore. That's what I'm hoping. So we will see. But let me get these figures out and we'll take a look at them closer. And we're back. Let's take a look at this figure. First up, we're gonna take a look at Junkyard. And holy fucking shit. This looks like a miniaturized Rottweiler. Let's look at the face sculpt and all the painting, and I am totally buying what they're selling me. Down to the dimples where his whiskers should be. Those roast beefy lips that remind me of certain ex-girlfriend I know. The painting of the brown tones against the black and the fade are just fantastic. The color itself has a shitload of detail, but it's got a lot of misses paint-wise. There's a little buckle back there. And all in all, this thing looks fucking amazing. His head gets lots of range. But first, let's look at his little bulletproof vest, and this thing is fantastic as well. Hand holder harness there. Around to the bottom, we just got the buckle system and straps, and I am fucking impressed by this little puppy. He's got this weird ball joint in the back, but it helps with range. The legs do move and articulate really well, just like the other doggy. Same thing on the front paws, they just move really well, and all in all, this fucking dog is awesome. Next up, let's take a look at Mutt, and let's take a look at this fucking head sculpt. Good Lord, they knocked this out of the park. I love that mustache and that taking a shit grin. 5 o'clock shadow on the paint's awesome. Looks like he's been mauled by a dog a few times with all the little scarring around his face. The paint in the eyes and the eyebrows just look great. Alright, down at the legs and the boots, this is all fucking reuse, but who the fuck cares because it's painted right. Up here we get this nice holster with lots of textured detail and some paint on either side. Up at the waist, we get this new belt. It's a floater, but it's brand new, has lots of detail on it, lots of little pockets and more pockets and more pockets, and some mace. That's kind of fucked up. Up on the chest, he gets this new vest, and I am digging it. It looks exactly like the vintage one, and I'm always appreciative of that. Got nice painted zippers and buckles. We got some bullets up here, his po-po badge. We have his iconic straps over his green shirt with the collar. This man's got a hairy motherfucking chest, sir. Down at the arms, we get these nice little pockets, and this motherfucker's hairy as hell. Down here, he gets a brand new sculpted hand with the trigger finger preloaded. The left arm is pretty much the same, except for he's got that dog don't bite my fucking forearm cover. Sculpted super good, and it looks like it's been through hell. I love when they do that with the texturing. On the inside, just more sculpted detail and a trigger finger. All right, we're gonna take a quick look at their accessories. We get an extra head, 2 pairs of goggles, a face mask, a knife, 3 sets of hands, a helmet, and a machine gun. So first up, we're gonna take a look at the machine gun, and it looks good, it's sculpted good, the clip comes out, goes back in, no problem. And because of the new packaging, it's not gonna be bent so bad anymore because they actually sit straight sometimes, but at least it should minimalize the problem now. All right, we get the standard G.I. Joe pistol, has a little bit of green paint on there, sculpted really well, has a port for blast effects. Here we get the baton that just came out and came with shockwave. It's the same exact one, it's quality, I dig it, and it's actually straight. All right, over here we get the Pooch's extra head, and I'll show you it on the body later, but it's sculpted really good. The eyes are lifelike, the mouth itself is fucking amazing. The tongue looks great, the teeth look great, the lips look great. I mean, this whole fucking head looks amazing. I'm actually blown away by the quality. All right, let's take a look at the goggles. And this is basically, they're the same exact pair, except for one can sit on the helmet and one can sit on the figure, but they're sculpted really well. Has some nice textured detail in there. And the same thing for the little pair. They look exactly the same. Here he comes with this tiny little knife, and it is tiny, y'all. Cast in a black plastic, silver blade, and what you see is what you get. Last up, he has his little helmet, and I'm just gonna throw that on my thumb. It is made out of the gooeyest fucking plastic ever, but it should work. Also, he comes with a gas mask, because if you've ever been around Rottweilers, man, they can fart, bro. Sculpted really good. I love that red paint in there. You got your gas mask, and that just looks phenomenal. Around the back, not much detail, but you don't need it, because it'll be hiding behind his head. And last up, we get 3 different sets of hands, and I'll go over those on the figure in a second. All right, first up, we're gonna do the good boy head. So let's grab this good boy and pop his head off. Came off really easy. All right, we'll get that good boy head and just pop that on there. And that sucker looks great. He is a good boy. He's gonna go in the display, and this is just phenomenal. All right, let's grab Mr. Mutt and let's pop his head. And we're gonna throw the goggles and the gas mask on him. All right, the goggles I'm just gonna throw on like this, and they go on a hell of a lot easier than going over his giant fucking head. And they fit on his head perfectly. Take a look at that shit. He almost looks like Dr. Octopus. All right, gas mask time. We're just gonna put that up and around the back as well. All right, we got those on there. Let's put it back on the body. And now he's safe from dog farts. That looks great, and that looks awesome. He looks like some kind of crazy ass stormtrooper from Star Wars. And here he is with his helmet. He looks great. More of that vintage vibe. And to complete it, let's put the bigger pair of goggles on there. You just kind of take them and push them down just like General Hawk. And now he's fucking complete. And here he is with his pistol. Looks great. Ports into the holster, no problem. Boop. Here he is with the itty bitty knife. It actually fits in the hand and doesn't fall out. Ports right into the chest sheath. Boop. Here he is with the machine gun. Fits in his hands exceptionally. Here he is with the baton, and this is one of my favorite weapons. I love this thing because you could just pose it in so many ways, and it just looks so fucking cool. And we're gonna go over the hands. So, like I said, he comes with the trigger finger, hands loaded. And also, upon taking the hands out, I realized that that is a separate piece, and they actually painted all of his arm hair. Madness! And the extra set of hands I only assume are dog commanding hands, but honestly, this is the open pimp slap hand. This is the patented backhand. Pimp slap hand looks great, lots of detail. Backhand slap looks great, sculpted really well. And here we get two different kind of pointing hands. Sculpted really good, got no problems, lots of texture, and I just love that built-in wear on all of them. And this one is kind of like a come here bad dog, what'd you do hand. And here we have a fisted hand, and this is the you forget the gabagoo hand. Sculpted really good, just like all the other hands, with all the texture you could want. Same thing with the fists, they're just all original hands, it's awesome. And for size comparison, we have them with Outback and Snake Eyes, and I think they size up realistically. I mean, this is a wolf, and this is a dog, so it all works to me. Here we have them with Shadow Tracker and Scrap Iron. Here we have them with Chuckles and Angelo, my homie from Toy Games. And last up, we have the retro-carded Cobra Commander and Dr. Meatball Vendor. So at the end of the day, and my final thoughts on these figures are, it's a fucking home run. It's a great fucking set. Tons of accessories. I feel like I got my value. This is probably one of the best sculpted animals I've ever seen. With the new window boxes, it should make the weapons actually be a higher quality. Same with the figure, because they actually have to show what they're selling now. And that's all I got this time, people. I'd like to thank you for stopping by, and I'll catch you on the next review.
Holy shit, you made it through the video? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.